Your membership is more than just a card. It's your gateway to extraordinary experiences. With the AAA app, discover savings and hidden gems. AAA, we're always with you.
Take advantage of the 70.
That was crazy. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Crazy. All right, I'm back. Hey, what's up, menu? Okay, thank you. Not much here, you guys. Pretty boring. Huh? I mean, price action, Jimmy, not much there. But I feel like, anytime there's not much to talk about, I feel like, isn't that the best time to buy? I don't know. Again, like I feel like something is about to be somewhere soon. Now, let's see. Crypto market is exploding, so I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, again, hey, my root is like from crypto, so that's why I'm like talking about crypto all most of the time. I know, a lot of people want to talk about Jimmy. I understand that. Of course, there's a lot of stuff going on too with GME, but it's still boiling under the surface at the moment. So people is not going to be as excited, okay, about GME. However, anytime it's boring, anytime it's nothing's happening, just when people think that there's nothing happen, it's gonna surprise you in some way. So just keep an eye on that. I still, feel like it might come down, but nothing is guaranteed, obviously. So if you're waiting on to take on a position on this, that's on your own risk, right? Of course, like for people who bullish on this company, which I am, there's a couple ways that you could do with this info. Okay, you could either DCAing, buying every day, every week, or whatever. But not financial advice, obviously. But if I was the one that is very bullish on this company, I would do that. Of course, as you know, I have been accumulating this company for quite some time, so I'm okay with the position that I have at the moment. Will I add more? Of course, I would add more. Right now, I'm in crypto in my trading account, obviously. So that's what I'm talking about. My trading account. I've so currently I'm slowly accumulating back the share in my trading account just to see. But I don't want to wait too long, right? So earnings is coming up, so of course this is when I feel like I should pay the most attention to, instead of crypto. However, I feel like within this past few weeks there has been quite a bit of attention is paid to the crypto market. I mean the altcoin season. Right? So this is what I've been waiting for, the altcoin season. Because as a crypto person, people are looking into Bitcoin much more. And not to say that Bitcoin's going to go crashing, 20% in a day or anything like that. I think the media is trying to get people to pay attention to more altcoin because, again, they want to pump their own backs, right? So I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago when, Bitcoin was sold like 80,000 Bitcoin was sold into the market and people were, freaking out. And like I said, it's amazing that it didn't crash 20% that day. It was like 5% down or something like that. So again, in the crypto world, in the Bitcoin world, news like that before, it would have crashed the price of Bitcoin way, 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 like 20% or more on that day. But the fact that it didn't do that, it means that Bitcoin has become more mature, less volatile, and perhaps this is the year or the cycle in which it's not going to follow the 4-year cycle, where you're going to get like the crypto winter, so to speak. Not to say that it will not crash or whatever, but I feel like instead of seeing 70% crash, you're going to see less of that. How much less, I don't know. That's remained to be seen, how many people are bullish on this thing. But again, like the good news, the 401k type of deal, that's also something that, people need to kind of at least look into the industry more, study it more. Don't just, I guess, listen to me, listen to the media. Go and research on the topic yourself, because that's the only way for you to, be acquaintances to your, investment. The best advice that I could give you. In general, okay, in general. Okay, so let's talk about GameStop real quick. I know a lot of people haven't been like, if you look at even X too, right? On X, trending wise, it's been kind of quiet, which is, like I said, anytime there's something like nobody's mentioned something like this, best time to buy, hands down. Like, remember when Bitcoin was like, low, down low over here, down low over here. Nobody tells you to buy it, right? Nobody, blasting it off, saying, crypto is the best thing since sliced bread, right? So, not saying there's no, I'm still waiting on that parabolic move, okay? I think that's the last, the last leg up before the crash. Now, when I said crash, I mean, just the correction. And historically, if you look at, sorry, let me go back to Bitcoin real quick. I know I was going to talk about GameStop. But hold on. I'm excited for altcoin season, actually. Let me see. Anyway, so if you look at the previous cycle, right, you could see a pattern here. So when people are telling you it's gonna crash, right? Wait, hold on. What am I seeing here? Okay, so this is the crash people are talking about. I promise you I have some points here. Okay, just have to wait for it. Okay, so this is the last cycle, and this is, I guess, the extension. It extended a little bit. So people are saying this cycle, it's probably more like this cycle here. So that's the blip you're looking at. Let me move that blips here. So that parabolic, right? If you extend it, so you'll see crazy things like this. And then it's gonna crash like this. Okay. But when it crash, usually it doesn't touch this previous high. So wherever it goes, right? Wherever it goes. Like I said, when you hear the news, it's gonna be like Bitcoin crash 70%. Okay, from where? So again, I don't know how high it's gonna be, but again, there's a lot of good news regarding the opening up people speculating on the crypto market. I know people are gonna be like, well, that's gonna be the scammy part is that people are gonna be losing money and da 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 da. Yes, while that is happening, you have to trust the people that manage your money for sure. When you put your money in your 401k, do you actually know what's in that 401k? I don't think so, right? So when people don't know, right, they become a lot more fearful in whatever they're putting their money in. And then when, the 401k come crashing down, guess what? Who are they gonna blame? They're gonna blame on this industry. It's like that, saying, see, I told you so, and all that stuff. So that it's a setup too. So, but if you understand which one to go into, right, which I think, Bitcoin is the safest in terms of, long-term bet here. Okay. You have to think about this in 10 years time horizon. Because if you're just like speculating on the 1 year and expect it to, 10x the next year, you're not going to do that. You might be able to be lucky enough to catch that ride, right? To catch that move right here. You might be lucky. I'm not saying you won't be. I got lucky in this one too. Right? Just so happened that I learned it way back here so that I understood it to be this way. Did I know for sure that it's going to do this way? No, it's going to be this way? No. But based on the historical price action, I'm like, okay, I mean, it does follow this 4-year cycle and all that stuff. So it's going to be similar, I feel like, in this time around. Like I said, this time around here, this is where the cycle, it's kind of similar to, right? So if it plays out this way, then the next parabolic move would be somewhere around the last year. Okay. But there was some speculation too, because now you have the institutional involvement. The volatility might not be as high as it used to be. So you might just see this long drawn out, small little blips here and there to try to get people scared, or it does this thing and then it, it make people scared. And then it does this thing again where, oh, it's gonna come crashing, but then it fake people out and then it goes like that. So I don't think it's ever gonna come back, in my opinion. That's why I'm saying, like, people are like, oh my god, how do you think that this is actually expensive? It's not expensive, you guys. Google how many people on the planet, on the planet Earth right now, own Bitcoin. It's like less than 2%. It's crazy, by the way. Just so happened that the US, actually, the population in US, 14%. Now, I know with this 401k thing, you're going to see it more. You're going to see more percentage of people buying into Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying Bitcoin in particular. Obviously, other altcoins gonna, benefit from that as well. In terms of percentage wise, you might get more than Bitcoin. But if you want to be safe and, going into the industry, learning about it and all that stuff, I truly believe if you dollar cost averaging, into Bitcoin, saving in Bitcoin, you'll probably be a lot happier in life, right? Again, the whole idea of, the devaluation of the dollar, your buying power is eroding. So again, if you do some Googling, and you say, if you put $10 a day for the last 10 years into Bitcoin, you would have had $2.8 million. Hold on. Actually, I have a screenshot on that to put into perspective. But yeah, so it's so crazy. But of course, again, you have to start in 2015, right? Back then, I feel like it's tougher now to get into Bitcoin because of the hurdle of people like, well, it's too expensive already. Okay. The same way when GME was up here. Okay. So let's go back to GME. When GME was up here, people make that comparison to AMC, saying that, oh, it's too expensive over here. Okay, it's too expensive. Compared to AMC, I would much rather buying AMC, right? So without knowing the value proposition, it's like this company is much more valuable than AMC. Okay, because value doesn't change, price change. Value change over time. Value is different from price. So I hope you guys understand. Value gets from the balance sheets. Okay. Price action gets from people speculating like crazy. Okay, so there you go. So that's why people typically underestimate something before it goes up in value, go up in price. Because when value increase and the price decrease, what do you think? Is that a opportunity or non-opportunity? In my opinion, it's an opportunity. Okay. So let me say that again. So if the fundamental of the company is improving, like with the push start arcade, they're doing that. They're bringing a lot of eyes, more excitement, enthusiastic from the collector universe, right? From the people that are collecting Pokemon, sport card, and all that stuff. So a new breed of people have been introduced into the company, and to try to create shareholder value, or the company's valuation based on the inside of the company. Then when the price coming down, what do you think? That means the opportunity is here. Yeah. So again, think of it as a discount, best value for your buck. Okay. If you were to compare the valuation back here before they do all of the convertible notes, okay, convertible bonds plus ATM. Okay. Before all of that, if you were to buy it at this price versus if you were to buy it at this price, you actually get more of the company here, even though the price is $22 versus $10. Does that make sense? So you have more equity into the game, into the company, if you buy it at the current moment in time, because the value of the company increase between this time. Okay, so that's why. So I think people are still thinking that this is expensive. Okay, again, just psychologically, if they just look at the price action alone and not looking into the company valuation, people will be like, well, I could wait until it dropped down to 10 because it's been $10 before. So that's a fallacy. Okay. Psychologically, you'll be like, I'll just wait. And then, yeah, you just continue to wait. You just continue to wait. And then what happened? It just never come down to here. That's what happened to me with SoFi, right? SoFi, I thought it was going to come down to $6, $5, $4, but it never did because the company's value increased between that time period. See what I mean? So that, again, that's why you have to look into the balance sheets. Balance sheet is not a buzzword, you guys, okay? It's not a buzzword. I know it spells BS over here, but balance sheet is a beautiful thing to try to understand, okay? Now, going back to Bitcoin, if you do, like, just grok it, right? Go to grok and, oops, who's that? And Google, just do, if you buy $10 worth of Bitcoin every day for the past 10 years, okay, starting from July 14, this is when I Googled it. And you would have approximately 23 Bitcoin right now. 23 Bitcoin. And it would be worth whatever. You do your own math right there. So $10 a day could do wonder. But you have to do it for consistently, okay? Consistently for 10 years. Not many people stick to anything for 10 years. And on top of that, any time in between this, you're going to be FUD, you're going to have FUD, you're going to have worry, you're going to have doubts, you're going to have all of it. You know, it's like, oh, you know, Bitcoin's going to go down in value, or look, it's crashing. You know, so many worries that, you know, anytime you see the price like this, the volatility, right? And again, that's why Michael's strategy, or Michael Saylor, is telling you that volatility is actually a gift. Volatility is a vitality for the asset class in which you know, believe in and all that stuff. So I think he's good at marketing for sure. And that scares some people actually. Because then they're like, well, he's too good at marketing, so therefore, you know, Bitcoin must be a scam. So there's a lot of skepticism, and of course, people think that, you know, the reason why people promote Bitcoin is because the only way to get Bitcoin to go up in price is to get more and more people into the network and all that stuff. While that is true for a small part of it, I don't think that Bitcoin needs any people to buy into it for it to go up in price. Eventually, people are going to find out themselves, right? That's why the quote, people said, you get Bitcoin at the price you deserve. Meaning, okay, if you're still skeptical, you're going to have to wait until it become big enough for you to stop ignoring it. So, because like I said, it's just a piece of code, okay, a software. I know this, the scary part is that, well, you could edit those software. You could, you know, Satoshi Nakamoto could just come tomorrow and then just wipe it all off, which is not completely true. Because then you have to convince the people that download the software to upgrade to the new one, you know. And good luck, try to convince, you know, 8 billion people, you know, in one go to try to convince. I mean, not even right now. Like if you were to try to convince people to not use Bitcoin, the hardcore people on the network. What is it, like 14%? So you need to convince 8%. 50% of the people that are in Bitcoin to stop downloading the software and stop using Bitcoin as a store of value. It takes 20 years, right? So it might take another 10 years for you to convince people. So again, right now, I think because it's new thing and Wall Street could make money on this, they realize now that it's more valuable than they have thought it to be before. They missed out on this run, so of course they're not going to miss out on the rest of it. But going back to the 401k thing, I really think that is going to give this industry a facelift for sure. And more people now are talking about it. Bitcoin has become more mainstream, and then altcoin, just follow right behind that. Okay, so yeah, I truly believe that is the next financial, the next pump. I think it's even bigger than the AI, right? That they were trying to get people to buy into it, right? So with that being said, though, just be careful, you guys. Like, again, you're not gonna become rich overnight, so to speak. You can if you're, risk on some meme coins and all that stuff, but just know that you could lose everything that you're putting in. Okay. The only way to do it safely without breaking your wallet is dollar cost averaging. Okay. Same way with Jimmy. I'm telling you. When people are telling you it's over and silence, people are not talking about it. You don't hear anything about Jimmy on the news. The CEO giving the interview. That was a good one, but nobody's really talked about it. So the most of the attention is now in crypto space. So again, that's why I'm starting to kind of shave some of my profit to go slowly back into GME. And I don't know. I'm still waiting for a few more weeks before that happens. Like I said, I'm still waiting on my, on my altcoin season to kick in. Yep, so bullish on XLM for sure. XRP lawsuit just finally finalized for the final time. So that's also a good news for the XRP crypto system. Our crypto system. XRP Ledger. Not to say that again, XRP Ledger still have to prove that it's going to be robust enough to withstand all the volume and all that stuff. Right now, it's pure speculation on the price. I know a lot of speculation is that they're going to need XRP to use for those transactions all over the world, cross-border remittance and all of stuff. So people need to realize that Ripple is not XRP. Okay, Ripple is a company that is trying to use or trying to get people to use XRP Ledger to do the cross-border payment. Okay, messaging and all that stuff, and to use it as a liquidity, on-demand liquidity type thing, so that they could transfer value across the internet. Currently, I'm waiting on that actually to come to fruition, but like I said, the price right now that you see is a speculation, okay? On the XRP ledger to be used in the future. Now, of course, I'm bullish on XRP in that sense, is that it's the most useful, chain, in my opinion. Of course, now you have more development like Ondos and all that stuff. Newer one, I haven't kind of do any more research on that one, but I just feel like this would be the best time to get the most knowledge on the industry itself, because it's been opening up the Pandora box already. So get ahead of it just by being more knowledgeable into the market. If you want to learn more, sure, there's so many good people out there who's talking about again, there's a lot of tribalism in this space, so understand that too. Bitcoin maxi, you have XRP maxi, who fight each other. It's like, oh, my coins is better than your coins type thing. So get away from that. Try to get it in as a bystander type things, like looking in both sides. If you think that XRP is a piece of what, you better have a reason for that, like a good reason for that, to stay away from this, right? The same way with Bitcoin. If you think it's too expensive, if you think it's still a scam, you better have a good reason to stay away from that. Because, hey, yeah, money might be here, like trillions of dollars here. We're talking about. We're not just talking about like hundreds of billion, and people are just freaking out. That $10 billion worth of Bitcoins being sold, and this is bigger than you think it is, and stronger, right? The narrative has been set in motion already, so get ahead of it before it's too late. And of course, that's why I'm looking into scaling into MSDR as well over the year. I'm talking about 10 years from now. Remember, anytime I hold something, for the long run, I want to assess it 10 years from now. Okay. I think MSDR is one of the leverage play. I try to understand it more from that level. So I'm going to slowly getting into this as well. But right now, I'm concentrated on my long-term portfolio here on Gamestop. I'm going to try to concentrate it back into it on my trading account as well. But again, it's just me playing on the cycle and on the opportunity at hands here. And I think that, Jimmy still have that opportunity, obviously. Again, it's special for sure. It's very special. And yeah, you might have to wait a little bit longer than the rest, but the reward is going to be sweet. Yep, like I said, I've been in this company for the last, I would say, 4 years. Yeah, right around here, somewhere. And dollar costing, trimming some here and there, but I'm trying to lower cost my average. Right now, my average is around 30 or so. So let's see. Yeah, I'm still in the red at the moment. But of course, with this low price, I wanted to lower it more. Again, depends on how well crypto market is doing. So in the next few weeks here, I'm gonna come back here and lower. Hopefully, hopefully I could do about 25 or so. Yeah, but we'll see. We will see. All right, guys, I'm gonna play some Elden Ring. I've been kind of not in a good space, so I want to smash some things in games. But it's okay, it's life. Life moves on. Yeah, I will let you guys go. I'm sorry, I've been kind of all over the place right now. Haven't been on quite a bit this time or two, but it's okay. Try to move on. Oh, actually, you guys, look at this. New egg. Like, what the hell? What is this? Like, I saw it at like $3 at some point. I was like, man, had I been in this, like, would have been 20x. Crazy, right? I don't know. I mean, if I look at the fundamental of this company, it doesn't really warrant this, except for the short squeeze, right? This is probably was short squeezing the shorts and all that stuff. I don't know, honestly, you guys. Maybe that's the narrative that is kind of old already, or they're just pumping this because it's private equity, right? They get to pump companies that doesn't do much in order to get people like, oh yeah, you better get in here before it's too late type thing, right? Okay, that's fine. But I'm just staying put here because I feel like the value is a lot more sound and more sure thing that, you know, you have a CEO that does good things for the company. So, all right, guys, I will let you go and I'll play some music before. Hopefully, it will play though. Oh, thank you, Manuel. Appreciate you. Okay, I will be back. Bye.
Let's talk Gamestop, the company so true. Not just the price, but the value in view. Fundamentals will rise or fall in time, but first we climb this mountain high. Be more invested, rise above the game. Love her or hate her, she speaks with flame. Her voice will shine like morning dew, guiding us all to see what's true. She's kind and smart, her heart so pure, generous soul that will endure. She lifts us up, she makes us fight, encourages us through the night. Think for yourself and take the lead. Build a future, plant the seed for your family, for your name. Light the fire, fan the flame. Her words will echo through the years, melting away all doubts and fears. With every truth she helps us grow, showing the path we ought to know. She's kind and smart, her heart so pure, generous soul that will endure. She lifts us up, she makes us fight, encourages us through the night. Think for yourselves and take the lead. Build a future, plant the seed for your family, for your name. Like a fire, fan the flame.